All right, so let's begin first by laying in Shavasana. So we'll snuggle down into the mat, resting with the arms out to the sides. And let's bring our awareness to the mat, to ourselves. We'll just take a few moments to focus on the breath cycle, focusing on a gentle inhalation followed by an exhalation. So looking for that balance between the exhale and the inhale. So maybe drawing an even breath in and an even breath out. And then as we focus on the breath, we then help to settle the mind, bringing our awareness to the body, being present. I would just like to take some time to retreat to the inner silence, promoting clarity of the mind. Taking some time to value the inner world for our peace and inspiration. And then once we find the rhythm of the breath and focus here for a few moments on being in the present, we can then start to think about the physical body, how our physical body feels. Take a deep breath in, slowly exhale the breath out, swallowing gently and relaxing the lower jaw. Just allow the cheeks to feel hollow and loose beneath the cheekbones. Allow the arms and legs to feel loose and longer and stretched out. Just allow the abdominal organs just to nestle back into the body and just overall savor the silence inside your mind. Let's be here for a few more breaths. Focusing on the inhalation and the exhalation. Focusing on the quieting of mind. So slowly and gently begin to bring the awareness back to the room by wiggling the toes and the fingers. We'll take a nice big inhale with the arms up over the head, reach them, point the toes, maybe arch the back a little bit. And then we'll inhale, lift the arms back up, and exhale to float them down to the floor beside you. And we'll gently draw the knees into the chest. Let's hug them in. And then rock yourself side to side. So massaging your back. We'll take some time to reawaken the spine. We'll come back to flattening the back, and we'll inhale, tuck the knees in just a little bit closer, and then exhale, release, slowly lowering them down towards the floor. And then we're just going to tip over to the right side or the left side, and we'll gently press ourselves up into table. And then gently sliding back into child's, and then rounding the back into mad cat, pull yourself up. Come gently back into tabletop and then slide back into child's pose, taking a big stretch with the arms. And then we'll gently, from child's pose, just walk the arms over to the right side. Just taking a stretch through the left side. And then we'll gently walk the palms back to center, and then now over to the left side. And then again, we'll bring it right back to center, pressing the palms into the mat. Let's inhale deeply now, and as you exhale, pressing the palms into the mat, round the back as you pull up. And then gently drop the belly into cow pose, lifting the chin and tail up. And then gently coming back to tabletop. So we'll inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let's extend the left arm followed by the right leg, coming into bird dog. Take a big stretch of the limbs. Inhale and exhale. Holding the stretch, balancing, contracting the abs, and we'll gently draw the heel in towards the glute. Reach the left arm all the way around, take the top of the foot of the ankle, opening the shoulder, stretching the quadricep, focusing on balance and stability, and breathe. Inhale, exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Let's inhale deeply again now, and as you exhale, let's release. Come back to table, moving the hips side to side, rocking from the knees. Coming right back to flattening the back. We'll inhale deeply and exhale to extend the right arm and left leg. Hold for balance. And then gently bend through the left knee, reaching the right arm around, taking the top of the foot of the ankle, holding the stretch, stretching the right shoulder and the left leg. And just focusing on the rhythm of the breath. Inhale and exhale softly. And then we'll inhale deeply again now, and as you exhale, let's release, reaching the arm around, coming back to table. Let's inhale, tuck your toes underneath, bring the weight behind the wrist, and we'll gently press up to downward facing dog. Let's pedal the feet from side to side. Take a nice wide step. Moving the legs a little, pedal the feet. Moving the knees, the hips, ankles, and toes. Remember to breathe here for a couple of breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, come up on your toes, and we'll exhale, high plank. And it's breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale deeply again now, and as you exhale, let's lower to the knees, come back into tabletop. We'll extend the right leg out to the side, placing the sole of the foot on the floor, and we'll gently come back into child's. And it's breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. So on the right side with the leg extended, you may feel a stretch to the inside thigh. And then we'll inhale deeply, and as you exhale, pull yourself up and breathe. And then we'll gently tuck the leg back underneath, switching over to the other side. Left foot stays to the floor. Inhale deeply and exhale, reach back into child's pose, taking a nice stretch. Inhale and exhale. Let's inhale again now, and as you exhale, press the palms to the mat, roll up the back, and gently flatten yourself out into table, tucking the knee underneath. Inhale, tuck your toes under, and we'll come back into high plank. So it's breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And we'll inhale, lift the hips, exhale, lower the head. We'll come back to downward facing dog, pedaling the feet from side to side, opening up the backs of the legs. Remember to breathe. And then we'll inhale, come up onto the toes, exhale, walk or hop towards the front of the mat, coming into forward fold. Bending a little bit in the knees, we'll open the arms to the sides, come all the way up, draw the palms together, exhale to the heart. And again, inhale, lift up, draw the palms together, exhale to the heart for one more time. Inhale, lift up, draw the palms together, exhale to the heart center, standing nice and tall in mountain. Let's inhale, lift the right knee all the way up. Maybe flexing the big toe towards the shin, stretching the calf, and breathe. Let's interlock the fingers together, draw them to the shin, pull the knee in while lifting the chest, extending the spine, crown of the head towards the sky for balance. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let's slowly release the knee, bring the palms right back to center, standing nice and tall in Tadasana. We'll inhale, lift the arms all the way up to the front, reaching over the head, and then exhale, lower them down, draw the palms back to the heart, and then in the reverse, inhale, open the arms to the sides, draw the palms overhead, and exhale to the heart. Really planting the right foot, we'll inhale, lift the left leg up, interlock the fingers, rest them on the shin, draw the knee into the chest, and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we'll inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let's release the fingers, bring the sole of the foot back to the mat, standing nice and tall in mountain. Let's inhale, open the arms to the sides, exhale, reach the arms forward. Inhale, halfway up, flatten the back. Exhale, lower down, press the palms to the mat, step back to downward dog, pedal the feet from side to side. Inhale, come up on your toes. Exhale, plank pose. Bending at the elbows, let's lower yourself down, coming all the way down, pressing up into cobra pose. So baby cobra. And we'll lower chest, chin, nose, and forehead. Tuck your toes underneath. Inhale again, exhale, let's press away and back into a downward facing dog. So let's pedal the feet. Inhale, come up on your toes. Exhale, step both feet towards the front of the mat. Bend into the knees for chair pose, lifting the arms. Inhale and exhale softly. And inhale, come up on the tiptoes, balancing on the tiptoes, lifting the heels from the mat in awkward chair. Inhale again now, and as you exhale, lower the heels, fold forward, press the palms to the mat, bend into the knees to get the palms to the mat. Step back to plank. Stand nice and tall in plank. Drawing the abs in. Remember to breathe. Don't hold the breath. Inhale, let's shift the weight back behind the wrist, come back to downward facing dog, flattening out the back. Maybe pedal the feet while you're here, stretching out the backs of the legs. Just working through the joints. Let's inhale, come up on your tiptoes. Exhale, extend the right leg for three-legged dog. And then we'll inhale deeply, and as you exhale, bend at the knee. Bring the knee all the way forward, rest it behind the right palm, and walk the left leg back for pigeon. For high pigeon, pressing the palms into the mat, lift the chest, bring the gaze forward. Try to relax through your shoulders, stretching the right hip and the left hip flexor. Remember to breathe here, don't hold the breath. Inhale and exhale softly. For 2 more breaths, inhale and exhale. Let's inhale, tuck your toes underneath, lift the back knee from the mat, and then we'll gently step the right leg back, come back to downward dog, pedal the feet, work the right leg out, inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale, lift the left leg all the way up, and then exhale, bring the left knee all the way through, rest it behind the left palm while scooching back the right leg. So extending the right leg out, stretching the right hip flexor, keeping the chest up, sinking into the space just between the legs. Maybe take some rocks side to side just to help massage out the left glute. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Now we'll inhale, tuck your back toes underneath, lift the knee from the mat, and gently step the left leg back. Let's pedal the feet out. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And then we'll inhale, come up on your tiptoes. Let's exhale, step the left foot forward. Open up the right foot for warrior one. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Let's really focus on grounding the back foot on the mat, sinking into the front knee and hip. Inhale and exhale. Just holding your stretch here, sinking into the stretch. Breathing. Let's inhale, look up, and exhale, rotate to the right side while opening up the back foot for warrior two. If you can, just try to sink maybe a little bit deeper through your hips here, bending a little bit more into the right knee. Just have a quick look at the front knee, making sure that the knee is tracking out towards the baby toes. Extending the arms nice and long in warrior two. So you're just focusing on opening the chest here. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale, reach forward. Exhale, softly bend the elbow, rest it on the upper thigh. Extend the top arm overhead. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. On the next breath, as you inhale, take the top arm, lift all the way up, and rotate the arms, coming into peaceful warrior. And breathe, inhaling and exhaling. And we'll inhale deeply again now, and as you exhale, let's lower the arms down. Let's tuck the front foot in to match the back foot. Maybe walk them in just a little bit. Let's open the arms to the side, so cactus arms, elbows are bent at 90 degrees, and let's bring the toes out. So just like sumo squat. Inhale again, and as you exhale, bend into the knees. Opening those knees out towards the baby toes. And breathe, inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift all the way up, reach. And then exhale, slowly lower down with breath. And again, inhale, lift up. And then slowly exhale, lower down. And inhale, come all the way up. Lower the arms down. Let's turn the front foot in to match the back foot, and then we're just reversing the foot stance. So your back foot now becomes the front foot. So you're facing the back of your mat. So we're going to rotate the back foot out now 45 degrees, and your front foot is resting so that the toes are facing the back of the mat, which is now the front of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up, and as you exhale, sink into the front knee and hip for warrior one. And breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. We'll inhale, look up, reach the arms, and as you exhale, rotate to the left side, and at the same time, open up the back foot to 90 degrees. Still looking out over the middle finger of the front arm. And breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Then we'll inhale, reach forward, exhale, softly bend the elbow, rest on your upper thigh, extend the top arm overhead for extended side angle pose. And breathe. And then on the next breath, as you inhale, let's lift the top arm, reach all the way up, rotate the arms for peaceful warrior. Maybe looking up towards the middle finger of the front arm, but try to really sink into the front knee and hip, holding your stretch, focusing on the hip openers. And breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale deeply again, and as you exhale, let's float the front arm down. We'll tuck the front foot in again to match the back foot, and now we're just going to rotate back to the original front of the mat. So rotate the foot towards now the front of the mat, and then your back foot, gently rotate that in. And we're going to take this back foot and we're just going to step it about half the distance of your warrior stance. Place the hands on the hips. So all the toes now are facing forward. You're going to lift the chest, and then as you exhale, we're going to fold forward into pyramid pose. So we're going to stay up top here. Instead of folding deeper into this posture, we're just keeping the back nice and straight and in alignment with the hip. Keeping the palms resting at the hips, looking down at the front foot. Crown of the head is lengthened towards the front of your mat. Breathe here. This is a really nice stretch for the hamstrings and the lower back. Try to think about just tilting the hips a little bit. So if you actually tilt them, you'll feel that the the hips will tilt, and the hip sit bones there in the glutes, you feel them lengthen behind you a little bit. So you actually feel the lower back a little bit longer and a little bit more flatter. Inhale, lift the chest, come all the way up. So you're coming right from those hips, and then we'll step it forward, and then we'll switch feet. So about, again, half the distance of your warrior stance. All the toes face forward. Inhale, lift the chest, and then just fold forward over the hip bones, lengthening the spine, breathing, inhaling and exhaling. For one more breath. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale out. Let's step forward into chair pose, sinking right into the hips, right into the knees. Bring the arms up in front. Now fold forward, press the palms into the mat. So you should be bending deeper into the knee here so that you can touch the floor. So let's step it back to downward dog, 1, 2. Take a nice wide stance, pedal the feet. Maybe a nice big move, like bring the feet off the mat, shifting your weight into one leg at a time, and then just bringing it into the pedals. Inhale, let's come all the way up on your toes. Exhale, step the right foot forward, coming into low lunge. Inhale, lift the chest, open the arms to the sides. Exhale the palms to your heart center. Inhale again now, and as you exhale, rotate to your right. Fold forward. Rest your left arm on your upper thigh. Looking down at the front foot. And breathe, inhaling and exhaling. And then we'll inhale, we'll come back to center. Now let's exhale, fold forward again. Press your palms to the mat. Step back to downward dog. Pedal the feet out nice and strong. Working on the flexibility, working on the mobility of knees and hips. Try to move around, be free in your movements. Try not to be too restrictive. Inhale, come up on your toes. Exhale, step the left foot forward. We're coming into the low lunge. Inhale, lift the chest, open the arms to the sides. Exhale to the heart. We'll inhale deeply, lift your chest. Exhale, rotate to your left. Fold forward. Resting the right arm on the upper thigh. Remember to breathe here for a couple of breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we'll inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let's fold forward, press the palms to the mat, and we'll step back to downward dog. Take some pedals side to side. Remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. Inhale, come up on your toes. Let's roll the weight over the toes, come into high plank pose. And breathe. And then we'll inhale, shift the weight back behind the wrist. Exhale, let's lift the right leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Inhale again, and as you exhale, bend through the right knee, bring it all the way through, resting behind the right palm, slide the left foot back. We're gonna come into low pigeon. So resting onto the forearms, sinking a little bit deeper into the right hip. So let's breathe here for a couple of breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Then we'll inhale deeply, pressing the left palm followed by the right palm into the mat. Lift your chest. We'll gently tuck your back toes underneath, lift the knee from the mat, and gently step back to downward dog. Pedal the feet. Switching over to the other side, let's inhale, lift the left leg all the way up for three-legged dog. Gently bring the left leg through, rest behind the left palm, slide the right leg back. Let's lower into pigeon pose, resting at the forearms. Remember to breathe here, don't hold the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. For one more breath, inhale deeply, exhale slowly. And then we'll inhale, tuck your back toes underneath, press the left palm followed by the right palm into the mat, lift your chest, lift the back knee from the mat, and then we'll gently step back, pedal the feet from side to side. Inhale, come up on your toes. Exhale, lower the knees, come into table, and gently slide back into child's pose. And let's inhale and exhale slowly. And pressing the palms into the mat, we'll inhale again and exhale, round the back, come all the way up. Gently dropping into table. And then we'll just bring the feet off to the one side. Let's extend the legs out in front. We're going to come into a forward fold, so sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring the arms out in front. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, reach and fold forward. Place the palms wherever they land. And breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let's gently walk the palms back, sit up nice and tall in Dandasana, and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. And we'll inhale deeply again now, and as you exhale, let's reach down for the left ankle, and then followed by the right ankle, and we're going to draw the soles of the feet together. So sitting up nice and tall with the soles of the feet connected, let's wrap your palms around the ankles. Try to pull the heels in just a little bit closer, and try to just relax through the hips, the knees, and breathing. I will inhale deeply again, and as you exhale, let's extend the left leg, followed by the right leg. So sitting up nice and tall, let's inhale, bring the arms out in front, slowly lower down towards the mat. Let's gently bend the right knee, followed by the left knee. Pressing the palms into the mat, we'll practice a bridge pose. So we'll inhale deeply and exhale to push through the heels of the feet, lifting all the way up, squeezing and focusing on glutes here and on the insides of the thighs. So let's breathe here, inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale deeply again, and as you exhale, let's slowly lower the hips down. Let's draw the knees into the chest, hug them in. Rock yourself a little side to side. Massage your back. And then we'll inhale to extend the legs and arms all the way up towards the sky for dead bug. So let's wiggle the toes and the fingers first. And then let's do the ankles and the wrist rotations. We'll do a few in the one direction. And then let's reverse it and go in the other direction. Remember to breathe here, don't hold the breath. Extending the arms and legs, big reach. Inhale deeply, exhale, release. Draw everything to the core. Take a big hug in. And then we'll inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let's release, lowering the soles of the feet to the mat. Let's walk the legs out. Let's bring the arms out to the sides with the palms facing up. We'll snuggle in for Shavasana. So maybe putting on some socks or a blanket or a sweater just to keep yourself a little bit warm. So let's take a nice, long, slow, deep breath. Let's bring ourselves back to where we began in the beginning. So we're taking that moment to focus on the breath cycle. So just reconnecting with the breath. And then just taking a mental note of how the breath is moving through the body. Take a mental note of how the physical self feels. Do we feel just a little bit more loose? Do our muscles and ligaments, have they loosened up a little bit? How does our mental capacity feel? Do we feel more relaxed? Do we feel a bit more focused? So just asking yourself some basic questions, seeing how your practice has made you feel. And just really sinking in with your breath, focusing on the long, slow, deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Being here for a couple more breaths. Just focusing on the inhalation and the exhalation. Maybe now bringing your awareness to a long, slow inhalation with a long, slow exhalation. I'm just taking a double check of where the mind is at, making sure that it's still focusing on the person on the mat in the present. Just inhaling and exhaling softly. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Follow the breath in and out using the mind's eye. Still being here in the moment. So slowly and gently begin to bring our awareness back to the room by wiggling the toes and the fingers. And we'll slowly draw the knees in towards the chest. We'll hug them in using your arms. Just rocking yourself side to side, massaging your back, definitely taking the moment to just reawaken the spine. And then we'll tip over to the right or left and we'll come up to an easy sitting posture, sitting up nice and tall with the palms facing up. Just bringing a positive thought to the mind, something that makes you feel good inside. Let's just repeat this thought a few times in your mind. Inhaling and exhaling softly, still being aware of the breath and how the breath moves. And then we'll gently draw the palms to the heart. As the soul in me honors the soul in you. As the heart in me honors the heart in you. Namaste. And namaste to all of you. And thank you so much for practicing yoga with me today.